Whenever I run my class, I run the method public static void main string square bracket args. I'll draw a stack frame to keep track of my local variables. And I'll write the name of the method on the side. Okay, my first line of code says dog Fido gets new dog. So I start on the left-hand side. That creates a local variable with the name Fido. And Fido is a variable that can reference a dog object. So we represent that with one of these little pockets. Okay, then the right-hand side says new dog. That's calling the constructor. A constructor is a method with the same name as the name of the class. We call it using the keyword new, and calling a constructor makes a new object. So that right-hand side makes my new dog object. Then that assignment statement, that's the equals sign, that sets the variable Fido to reference that newly created dog. Okay, so that was the first line. The next line says Fido.getOlder. So here we're calling a getOlder method on Fido. You can think about following the Fido reference and then asking this dog, hey, call the method or execute the method getOlder. Since we're calling another method, we're going to get another stack frame. So I'll draw the stack frame to keep track of all the local variables inside the method getOlder. And I wrote the name of the method on the side. Okay, when I called the method getOlder, I didn't pass any argument, so I don't have anything in between those parentheses. Because you can see the getOlder method, it doesn't take any arguments. But something important happens when I call a method on an object. When I call a method on an object, like here I'm calling a method on Fido, inside that method, I need to be able to reference that same dog. And so what Java does for us is it provides inside that method a variable named this. So we didn't have to create that variable. Java did that for us. So when we call the method getOlder, inside that stack frame we have a variable named this, and it has a reference to the object on which we called that method. So we called the method on Fido, so my variable this is going to get a copy of what was ever in the variable named Fido. So it got a copy of that remote control, and so now this references that same dog object. So if there were other local variables inside of the getOlder method, they would be provided in a stack frame. But here we only see the one, and that's the one that's provided by Java. Whenever we call a method on an object, we get access to a variable named this, and this references the same object that we called the method on. So it references the same object that Fido references. Now inside that getOlder method, I have the line this.myAge++. So there, I follow the reference from this to my dog, and then I add one, that's the plus plus. I add one to its instance variable named myAge. And since Fido and this both reference the same dog, you can see that if I make that purple dog here older, both variables would be able to see that change. So Java provided the variable this for us. That line of code, this.myAge++, Java will allow you to drop the this, because if you say age++, it knows what you mean. But even in that case, what's happening is this that follows the reference to the dog object, myAge++, so it adds one to its instance variable. I'll point out one more thing. Inside the getOlder method, we cannot access the variable Fido. These are different methods, and so different stack frames, so they each have their own set of local variables. So inside the getOlder method, I'm not able to access the variable Fido. That's why I needed Java to create this variable for me. It chose to name it this, and that variable allows me to reference the same object that the method was called on.